Hello everyone! So in my last video that was Pokemon related, I did a whole unboxing of my first ever booster box of Journey Together because my main goal in collecting right now is to do like a whole master set for Journey Together, and I'll show you later in this video how far along I've made it in the process of master setting the whole set. But today's video is actually going to be customizing my Journey Together binder. So obviously I needed to buy a binder to hold my master set in, and I found this beautiful pink binder. Here's the name of the company that makes these. Originally I was going to go with Vault X because that's like what everybody swears by because of the quality, and they're just like really nice, and they have pink binders. But the one thing they don't have is pink binders with pink pages on the inside. Now, I just get really irritated when the pages are not also colored to the color of the binder, and the Voltex ones are always black, so that's just like a personal like thing of mine, like preference. And this binder has pink pages, which, yo, are you kidding me? I love it. So in this video, I want to customize the front cover of this binder, which, by the way, I'm not sponsored or anything. This is a nice quality binder, so I'll have their website like linked in the description, because it took me a while to find one that has colored pages and was this nice like PU leather on the outside. But yeah. So in this video, I want to customize the front cover. I do have a laser engraver here. However, I am not really good at using it, so I'm too afraid to risk ruining this binder, especially when I like it so much. I literally consider just keeping this one as like my personal collection binder over the master set one, but I'll just have to buy another one in the future that'll be my personal collection binder. So yeah, I don't want to do a laser engraving because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin this, and that would make me very sad. So in this video, I'm actually going to be painting the front cover using my Posca markers. So that should be fun, and it's definitely right up my alley. So the art I wanted to put on this front cover is actually some official Pokemon artwork. It's not original artwork of mine, just because I want it to look almost like an official product. That's kind of like my thing here. I like to copy and make things look official, with Monster High dolls at least. I don't do that with Pokemon cards. Please do not sue me. And I'm not selling this. Okay, so there's the Lily and Clefairy artwork. Not the one from the SIR card, but the one from the like Lily's tournament collection. So I drew this on a piece of paper using the grid method. Like, I'll have a picture of the artwork here. And I wanted to just like trace this onto the cover and then use that when I'm drawing or painting with the Posca markers, so I don't like mess up. Because when you start using the Posca paint markers, it's gonna be hard to like cover up any mistakes. So anyway, this though is way too small to cover up the amount of space I wanted to on this front cover. So instead of rescaling it and drawing it all over again, I just decided to print out the official art on black and white, so I know what size I wanted it to be, and I don't have to redraw it a million times to get the right size. So this is the size I want. It covers up pretty much the entire front cover of the binder. Let's get started on customizing my binder. So I started off by tracing the whole outline of the like piece of paper that I printed out earlier, and then I just started freehanding the inside lines and details, and then I moved on to my Posca paint pens, which these are like the fine tip ones, so it's easier for me to do some smaller details. However, I did have to use like my actual acrylic paint for a lot of sections, which I'll talk about whenever that is used. These actually went on a lot better than I was expecting. I did have to do a couple of passes with certain colors. Like the yellow, you can't really see it right now, but I did go over it a second time and maybe a third time because the pink of the PU leather still comes through in a few spots, which is what I expected. I put all these videos of me doing the actual like painting of the binder and like 10 times speed because I think it looks a lot more satisfying than the real time. Because in real time, honestly, it's like it makes like a nasty like scratching sound, so it's not actually very satisfying when I was doing this. But it is I think a lot better to watch, so hopefully that is okay with everybody, that this is not in real-time speed or else we'd be here all day. This overall took me a couple of hours. It's a fun little one-day project to do to personalize a little Pokemon binder. The skin tone though, because I only have like a couple Posca paint pens, my skin tone is not accurate to Lily's, so I do later go over this all with an acrylic paint because I was like, no, that does not match at all. So this part is pretty much void. I think I did use it as a little bit of like a shadow effect. I can't really remember upon me rewatching this footage, but I think I did use it for shading. I wanted to try and make things easier on myself, so I like left room where the pencil sketching was, so that way I could see wherever I was going to do the outline with my black marker later on. I wanted to do that last, just because I wasn't sure how well the other colors would cover up the black outline in case I messed anything up. And I'd also like didn't want to accidentally cover up the black outline, so for me it's just easier to do that last. I was really happy with how well the white turned out. I think I still did have to go over it a couple of times, but I think it looks really good, so that's a big plus. And it's like smooth and flat surface, so yeah, I'm glad with that. Definitely, if you're gonna do something like this, make sure you're using a water-based paint marker. It doesn't have to be Posca, but if you want to use the paint markers, it has to be water-based. So that way it goes on the surface a lot easier. Because I think if you use like an alcohol-based one, I don't even know if it'll show up. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't tried it, but everybody always recommends water-based, so that's why you should do that. When it came to my blue Posca marker, I feel like it was like there was too much water in it. Like, I don't know. It was not going on very well, and it was super watery and was just really annoying me for a while. So I think eventually I broke out my just acrylic paints for some of the blue because I was like, what is happening? I don't know how to fix this if there's too much water in it. Am I just supposed to like draw with it until it fixes itself? I don't know. I used like a light pink to highlight areas on the Clefairy. I wanted to do this thing because I thought the like actual color of the cover of the binder itself was the perfect shade for Clefairy, so I just took the lighter pink to do like highlighting. And I mean, I like how it looks, but I'm also like, does it look good? It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I've probably looked at it for too long and I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But also, is it kind of weird that the Clefairy is like blending in with the background? I don't know. I cannot decide. Maybe I should do like some kind of outline border with like a pop of color to separate the Clefairy from the background. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, yep, it is what it is. I don't know. And here is where I get out my actual acrylic paints like I mentioned earlier, and then I just start watering them down a little bit and go on with a couple layers because I didn't want to have like a bunch of brush strokes or make this area like thicker than the Posca paint was doing. So yeah, so I did that to change the skin tone, and I did leave like a few areas for some shadow. I also got out my blue acrylic paint to add the stripe onto her skirt because I did not want to use my marker for this after how it was behaving earlier. For pretty much all of Lily's face, I did this with my like fine tip brushes and acrylic paint because it was, I think, far too small for me to do the whole thing with the Posca paint pens. But this was fun. It was just kind of like painting a doll face, but on an almost flat surface for once. And I didn't record me doing this with the face, but I did have to go over the Posca and re-sketch some like fine detail lining, like here on the hand. That way I would know where to do the outlines. And now for the really fun, satisfying part, which is doing all of the black outlining. I think this is really fun to watch back. I don't think I filmed all of it just because it was like a lot of footage of me doing the entire outline, and you've already seen me paint pretty much the whole thing at this point. So yes, enjoy as I add pretty much the finishing touches, aside from Clefairy's ears, which I have not yet painted. For Clefairy's ears, I filled like the inner part with just some black acrylic paint, as I didn't want to waste a bunch of the Posca pen for that. And then I did some really heavily watered down acrylic black paint for the outside of the ears to give like that strange color. I don't know, it's like a blackish pink color, as you can see. I don't know, what color is this? So that is pretty much the cover of the binder done. I really love how it turned out, but now it is time to fill the binder with all of the cards. These are all the cards that I have for the master set so far. This is not everything. As you will see, I'll do like a little binder flip through at the end of the video, but I have to go ahead and transfer all of these over. This is about how much I pulled versus how much I bought. So now let me go ahead and move all of these from here into the binder. Before I moved all the cards into the binder, I did organize them in the display from like number order, so it would help me like not have to like look through and try to find all the cards as I was doing this, which was a lot easier and helped me a lot. I did also pull up like the card decks on like the Pokemon TCG app, so that way I knew what, like when I was missing a card, like how many spaces to leave, if it was just an EX or if it was like a common and a reverse holo, or you know, etc. I did also want to do a little bit of the Michi method with this binder, which is where you print out like some art cutouts to put in like a little divider between certain sections of cards, because this master set is actually small enough that it doesn't fill up the entire binder, so I wanted to do this. Me and my boyfriend picked out like our favorite common cards from the set, and then I printed those out into like almost like full arts, if you will. So then I cut those down, and then I'm able to just kind of slide them into place in different sections of the binder, which is like a really fun little add-on to make it like a little more personalized, because it's like some of our favorite Pokemon, or it's some of just our favorite artworks from the set that did not get like their own full art card variation, if you will. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I liked doing that, and it just makes it like even more special. Here is my current state of the Journey Together master set, little binder, flip through, and tour. My boyfriend actually does have a lot of the cards that I am missing that I will be putting in here once we see each other. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that, and then this master set will actually be done, I believe, once I get those, because I don't think we're actually missing anything else. This was a very easy master set. Obviously, if you are getting into doing master sets, I recommend starting with something like Journey Together, because the cards are more so on the cheaper side, and there's some really beautiful artwork in this set. I don't think it deserves any of the hate that it receives. All the love, and this was so fun to do, and I will cherish this binder forever because it's so fun. I love doing this, and I have all these memories attached with like getting certain cards and just making the whole thing and all personalized and everything. I also want to get like a little keychain to put on the zipper that says Journey Together, so yeah, hopefully I can get a hold of one of those in the future. But here's all the art rares that I have so far, and then we move on to the SIRs and the ultra rares. And yeah, we're almost done. That's obviously the bulk of ones I'm missing and some promo cards. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun. Bye!